Hello, it's you know who I am. No point in introducing myself. If you're bothering to watch this, you know who I am. Um, Another filmmaking vlog. Been a while since I made one of these. I decided to take a break. You know, hmm, like Dave Chappelle said, I've made some really great stuff, and instead of building on my success, I just decided it was time to make America wait again. I have no idea when my next short film's gonna come out, so just things are kind of starting to pile up. It's just this part of it's just gotten to that part of the year. But I do have some very good news. Well, in this vlog, I'm going to touch on a lot of things. Just life, life as an artist, filmmaking, and how everything as a filmmaker is going for me right now. So anyway, here's the great news. First section. Lancaster and Mary, my second to last short film, has been accepted to be screened in the All-American High School Film Festival. The venue is the AMC Empire 65 Theater in Times Square, New York. The screening date is October 12th. If you live in the area or you're willing to commute anyway, if you want to see the film in a movie theater, I will put links to where you can buy tickets below and to the screening block of when it will be shown, because tickets are very expensive. Just to see the screening block that Lancaster and Mary is in is going to be pretty deep. I believe it's about $80 just now. Just to see as of now, just to see the screening block that Lancaster and Mary is in, and the ticket prices, to my knowledge, will rise with time. So yeah, it's the biggest venue I've ever had anything screened in. The second biggest would have been the historical Paramount Theater in Austin. The Cleaner was screened there 3-4 years ago now. Time flies. So yeah, that's the biggest screening and the biggest festival I've ever gotten into. Thousands of people attend the All-American High School Film Festival every year. I'm just gonna move this. Winning and non-winning films are all over the internet from that competition. It's pretty fierce. Thousands of people enter every year. I actually got denied from them last year. I tried to get bullet shells in there, and they did not accept it, which just goes to show, if you don't succeed at first, keep trying. That's the old adage of, being an artist. Being an artist, especially being I'm just gonna leave it. Especially being a filmmaker, it's all about learning how to live, not live, like it's fucking torture or something. Learning how to deal with rejection and failure. I'd say that is really the main thing. It's something I've actually struggled with. Like here comes the second part, artists and life stuff. The official selections were announced a couple days after they said they would be. And so I was all upset because I didn't get notified. And usually, what happens for most film festivals is they notify the people who get in before the actual date that's mentioned that the official selections will be announced. Like weeks and sometimes months after that date of the selections of a film festival being announced, that's when they notify the people who got rejected because you're bottom of the priority list. I didn't get a notification of Lancaster and Mary being accepted or even denied on the day that the selections were supposed to be announced. Instead of actually going to the website and checking if anything had been announced at all whatsoever, I just assumed that I had gotten denied, and I went to the website where Lancaster and Mary was submitted. I went to Submittable, and I tried to withdraw it from the competition, but it had already been accepted, and one of their rules is once they get a submission, they can do with it whatever they so desire, so it's in competition. Anyway, I could have ended up getting pulled from screening if that wasn't one of their rules. I almost fucked myself over. So, yeah, that's gotta be the dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Well, definitely top 5. So don't do what I did, because I almost screwed myself out of a very big opportunity. Just goes to show you guys, if you don't succeed at first, keep chipping away at it. Next, I want to talk about life. I don't know where you guys are at your points in your lives. I'm assuming that since this is an animation filmmaking channel and the films are coarse and have some Lego-mation, that most of you are boys. Boys in your preteens, boys in your mid-teens, teenage boys, maybe some adults, maybe some people my age who started following the channel when I started it up and didn't shut the fuck up about it in middle school. That's a strange time in life. And now I've reached this point where I don't know how old I look. I'm actually bad at judging faces and ages. I think I look my age, but I've been mistaken for a 20-year-old multiple times now. I'm 18. I've just graduated high school. And life is just, I don't know, this is a point in life where I'm just hitting a big transitional period and I'm being forced to take stock in a lot of things. I never tried my hardest in high school because I know I didn't need to. I would get B's and B pluses without really studying in most classes. So I was just like, I can just coast off of all my filmmaking stuff for life and just get into whatever college because I knew that the vast majority of colleges out there would accept me, so it wasn't a problem. I only applied to like 2 schools. Houston Baptist University and the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. I was offered $91,000 in scholarships and all, and right at the last second, my mom kind of started freaking out about all the money for college, so I just decided to, the school I chose, by the way, was the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. My mom started freaking out about money at the last second, anyway, like I was saying. And so I decided to defer my application to the year after I was originally supposed to go. And I turned down basically all that scholarship money. Because honestly, if you think about the way filmmaking is, you don't need to go to school for it. Yeah, you need to be very obsessive, very persistent, and very patient to get anything from being a filmmaker. All the movies I made with them for the most part on my own. Without any real traditional training. And something I noticed this year in particular, I got into a lot more film festivals with Lancaster and Mary than I ever had with any piece that I'd made for competition before. And I noticed in a lot of the films that I was seeing that I was up against, a lot of them had little, don't want to pick my nose on camera, but it's itchy. Anyway, a lot of them had labels of like school production team things. They were made by a group of traditionally trained filmmaking students, and I noticed I'm doing more or less just as well as they are without any of the training and without much of a team. So I thought to myself, well, do I really need to do this? Even then, film school is ridiculously expensive. You can accrue up to $250,000 in debt, and you have to fund your own short films the entire time you're in school, and you make 2 short films a year, which is the amount I make already for fucking nothing. So it all kind of seemed asinine and not worth it to me in the first place. College was never really a part of my plan, but I was really more, I applied not because I wanted to do it, but because I knew I was expected to. It's just the family I live in. I don't know what you guys are like, but you need to come up with a plan for life, something that you know you want, even if others aren't up for it. I should have honestly stuck to my guns, to my original plan, instead of getting cold feet and just doing what was expected of me my senior year of school. It's hard. I know that doing it is harder than saying it, but my tip to you guys is just find something that you know you want in here and stick to it, because that's what I've been doing, and I'm still getting, things are going very well as a filmmaker. Other than that, there's my life outside of being a filmmaker, which is a lot less glamorous. I just got a job at the wonderful Institute of Jersey Mike Subs. I want to fucking kill myself. I don't. All the people who work there are nice. Or my superiors, I suppose I should say, because I haven't met any coworkers yet. The job doesn't even start in 2 weeks, but I feel good because the pay's not too bad, especially for someone my age, and it's my first real type job that isn't related to YouTube money. And since I won't be in school next year, it's not like I'm gonna have more time taken away from fucking this. However, it's strange. I found myself at this point in my life consumed in thought to the point where sometimes it's hard to just make films. That MK11 trailer was supposed to be out like 2 weeks ago, but after I finished Dream of the Blue Chamber, I kind of just stopped working on it and started kind of thinking about where my life was going and taking more stock in the people around me and giving more thought to, again, where things are going. My ears and my neck are hot, so now you're gonna have to watch me do this. I know it's horrifying, bear with me. Anyway. Yeah. And with all that, I've realized that, of course, being an artist, it's, especially a filmmaker, like I said before, you're gonna go through long periods of obscurity and failure. And I'm in a strange transitional period right now, and I'm sure a lot of you are starting to hit it if you haven't already yourselves. And all I can say is, I mean, I guess a tip to you, even though it's completely and totally unsolicited, is make your plan, find something you want to do, just fucking do it. Just do it. Something that I should have done that I now feel the need to talk about, because I'm sure that plenty of you, if you're watching my videos and you're into them, and they're super niche, you're probably in some way, shape, or form like me. Cohen out. Be safe out there, guys.